This is Katie Racker, and we are very excited to be interviewing for the Tygers of Pan Tang. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm really good.
So, how are you finding today? Have you been busy already? Lots of interviews, lots of things to do?
All that kind of stuff, yes. And more, yes.
So, have you been up to over the last couple of months?
Oh, crikey. Where do I start? Lots and lots of stuff. We've just finished a new album called Ambush, which is out on September the 24th. We played in Sweden Rock about 5 weeks ago. Last weekend we were doing, last week we're in Spain doing shows in Spain. We played Newcastle a couple of nights ago. We're here tonight. In a couple of weeks' time we're off to. We do the Cambridge Rock Festival and some shows around that, and then I think we're off to France to do a festival in France. There's all sorts of things going on.
Do you find there's much difference between going over to Europe and obviously you're in Sweden and festivals and gigs over here? Is there a difference in your fans?
Absolutely huge difference. Europe is not run by public transport. Come sort of 11:15 in this country, everybody's looking at the watches thinking, am I going to get my last bus, am I going to get my last metro, the last train, whatever. In Europe it's just not like that. Indeed, you don't even play until midnight, and they're just so much more chilled and relaxed about it all. There's not that concern with being tied. So from that point of view, yes. People don't leave halfway through, the last sort of quarter of your show or whatever.
So has there been a highlight to your year so far? Is it something you've really enjoyed doing the most?
Really enjoyed playing Sweden Rock. That was absolutely fantastic. 40,000 people. It's it's quite a buzz.
Yeah.
I'll do every show that we play is special to me. Whether it's a club in Cadiz, or whether it's Sweden Rock. It's one of the big highlights for the Tigers is people afterwards. We're very much a people band, and we love meeting people and it's just finding out how people tick, and we're quite normal, ordinary, nice Tigers that don't bite.
So you've got your new album out during September, Ambush.
Yep.
Tell us more about that, where your influences came from.
That was, it's been 4 years in the making, which is 3 years too long, really. Since the previous album, which was Animal Instinct, which came out in 2008. We were playing Bang Your Head Festival in Germany, and when we arrived and we drove into the backstage area, one of the bars was a guy called Chris Tangarides, who was there as a guest of Horst, who runs the festival. I hadn't seen Chris for quite a few years. Chris produced our first two albums, Wildcat Spellbound in 1881. So we have a fantastic association we did with Chris. So it was like greeting a long lost brother. Absolutely fantastic reunion. So much so there was German TV said, "Can we do an interview? Can we do an interview on camera?" Which is exactly what we did. I introduced him to our manager. And about an hour later, Simon, our manager, kind of looks me out. Whatever I was doing, I was probably playing guitars in the Gibson guitar tent or whatever. And said, I fixed it up with Chris. He's producing the new album. So I said, "Oh, fantastic! Great." Which meant we had to get our skates on and actually get some songs for him to produce. So we took about 22 songs, put them in the pot, and out of them came 11 which are on the new album. The 12th song, you have to buy it in Japan to get the 12th song. That's sort of done as a
extra special.
As a special thing for Japan, we went to Chris's studio down on the south coast called the Ecology Rooms. It's in a place called Deal, which is next, like 2 stops on the train from Dover. Recorded the whole album there in his fantastic studio. Had an absolutely great time. The guy is a genius. And Chris added that producer sparkle, which as a band we couldn't add. We needed Chris to do it, and that's exactly what he did.
So you enjoyed working with him again on
very much so, and indeed, you know, I think without a shadow of a doubt he'll be doing the next album.
Fantastic. So you've already got some ideas for the next one already.
There was, you know, a number of songs which we didn't have time to develop, and there's more songs sort of in the arena already, you know, which we're currently sort of working on behind the scenes.
Brilliant.
You can't play you can't put too many new songs. You can't inject them into the live set, because obviously people haven't heard them and they don't understand them, and they haven't come to see that. They've come to see the classics, Susie Smile, Hellbound, all that kind of stuff. So, and that's what you've got to do. And I think going to see bands, a lot of bands don't give the audience what they want. They play what they want, and I think that's the mistake. That is a mistake. People are paying, they worked hard, they're paying good money for a ticket. They want to see what they want to see, you know, and you've got to play fair.
So how would you describe this album in comparison to your previous albums? Is it similar or slightly different?
No, it's... It's how would I describe it? Buy it and listen to it. You certainly certainly won't be let down. It's classic Tygers.
Yeah. So following on.
That's all I can tell you. It's classic Tygers. It really does rock. We don't particularly do ballads, and certainly there's not a ballad on this one. There's a kind of a slowish blues, but there's not a ballad. It rocks from the moment that you put it on.
So you've had a fantastic career so far. What would you say that your highlight of your career so far is?
Oh, crikey. Outselling the Scorpions in Japan.
Definitely something to be proud of.
We played on the same night in the same town. In '82, we were playing in Osaka, and the only reason why I know that was because when we arrived back at the hotel, we stayed in this beautiful 5-star with the restaurant was on the 24th floor and all this kind of shit. Went down, everybody went to the rooms, got changed, went downstairs, met in the bars as we did every night for a drink and a recap of the show. Yeah. And there's the first person I see is Rudolf Schenker, you know, in his trademark hat and stuff. Now we toured with them the year in '80. We'd opened up for them in '80 in the halls, in all the city halls in the UK. So obviously we kind of knew them. So it was, you know, it was kind of a big sort of get together. We had a few drinks together and a party, as you do, the two bands. And I was at the bar getting a drink, and our promoter came across to me with this sort of daft, cheesy smile on his face, and I said, what's tickling you? What's? And he said, I've been talking to their promoter, and as we do, swapping promoter notes, and he said, we've outsold the Scorpions by whatever 400 tickets or whatever. So he said, bit of a result for me, really. So,
definitely.
But so that, I mean, that's a bit naughty, really. The highlight. I love each and every shows we play. You know, it's a pleasure to do it and still to do it.
So, as veterans of the metal scene, what do you think of the modern sound to metal, and how do you think it's changed compared to when you first entered into the scene?
It's moved forward because we have the age of digital now.
Yeah.
We have the internet, and we have CDs, because unfortunately in my day it was records. And in my day now it's digital downloads. Yeah. So you know, I've been lucky enough really to see, you know, within the music industry, you know, the kind of 180-degree turn that it's taken. I mean, music is music. You know, heavy metal, hard rock, classic rock. It's always been there. Just in a slightly different format and labeled slightly differently. Maybe pigeonholed slightly differently. People feel safe when a product is given a title, it's given a name.
Yeah.
Like when Jeff Barton just was listening to these bands called the Tygers of Pan Tang, Saxon, Iron Maiden, and he decided to call it the new wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah.
And it was pigeonholed, and people felt safe because they think, oh, have you heard this new wave of British heavy metal? It was something that they could refer to, something easy. They could take that product off the shelf and they knew what it was, rather than an unknown quantity.
Definitely.
And it's always been there. It just hasn't had quite the limelight that other genres of music have had.
Yeah.
And we've had from the new wave of British heavy metal. We went into kind of like the speed sort of thing and the thrash thing and the growly thing and all that kind of stuff. And it's come back as history repeats itself. It's kind of come back round.
Full circle.
Because there's lots of young bands playing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So who are you most looking forward to seeing at SOS Fest this year? Are you going to manage to catch anybody?
Probably not, because I'm doing interviews. No, I'm a bit of a. I'm a bit of a sit in the dressing room sort of a person, really, and I when it's time,
meeting your fans,
I get in the zone and do what we do, and then afterwards, it's all about the fans.
Yeah,
it is. It's all about the good people that come to the shows.
So, do you have a ritual before you go on stage that you have to go through, or to get yourself in the zone?
Considering how tight my trousers are, 2 gin and tonics. that normally helps. I'll put my special mirror up, which shows how thin I am. No, I don't have a special ritual.
Fair enough. So, you've got your new album out in September. You can get hold of Ambush. And what else can fans look forward to from you in the coming year?
Early next year, we're planning to do the third one in the Sessions series.
Yeah.
We've done the Wildcat Sessions, where we've gone back and we've chosen 5 or 6 of our favourite tracks and recorded them with Jack, with today's technology. And we've also done that with Spellbound. And in January, February, we're going to do it with Crazy Nights.
Fantastic.
So that's certainly that we're all looking forward to doing that. Just doing our favourite songs from that album and giving them what we feel they need now today.
Yeah. And you got the rest of the tour as well.
Yeah. Oh yes, there's always shows.
Is there anywhere particularly looking forward to going to?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I love each and every one.
That's great. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for meeting us.
Goodbye.